Well, hey kids, it's baci chalk. I'm on vacation down here in Florida. It's fun, let me tell you. I have met a whole group of pygmy dwarfs down here. And there's a small island that hasn't been inhabited by people out, in the Gulf of Mexico, that's what they call it. And I stumbled upon it by accident because I was on a raft floating in the ocean, and my legs, they're pretty small. And so the tide caught me, and the next thing I knew, I was floating out the Gulf of Mexico, and I floated for several hours. And of course no one would help me because I was, pulled out to sea so rapidly that even my life vest got torn off by the waves. They were horrible. But I held on dearly to my flotation device, and I floated a little going, south. And I came upon a small island. I was no bigger than a couple, mile and a half wide, and it looked something like King Kong lived on or something. I was like, oh God, what have I got myself into? But I held on. Anyway, I get up to the bank of the beach, and it was beautiful. It looked like Jurassic Park without the dinosaurs. So it was pretty. It was pretty. And I stumbled on the beach. Oh, I was exhausted. It was like Gilligan's Island. It was. And I was like, where's Ginger? Because, all the other people from Gilligan's Island, they're going to be coming up her in a minute because this is a big joke, right? But it wasn't a joke. Not a funny one, anyway. But I decided, I was going to make the most of it because that's what you do when you get handed, lemons. You make lemonade. Oh, the best tasting drinks are the ones you make yourself. Just delectable. Anyway, so I'm on this island, and these pygmies come running out of the tree line, with coconuts on their heads. And I was like, what are you doing? You got a coconut on your head. And they just looked at me because they didn't speak English, okay, or Carney. And one of them, took a coconut and threw it at me. Well, it hit me in the head pretty hard, and everything went black for a minute. And then I came back to consciousness, and they had split a coconut with my head. And they were all in shock because they thought maybe I was the coconut god, Jimba. Well, I didn't know if they were cannibals or not. So I was like, I am Chimbawamba, the coconut god. And they were like, oh, and I was like, I don't know what that means, but I'm hoping it's not we're having some baci for dinner. Which takes me to my shishka baci. That terrifies me, okay. But they did it, they liked me. Took me in, built me a little house. Oh, it was much bigger than Grandma's trailer. But it didn't have the love, it didn't contain the love that Grandma's place has. And I was lonely. So, I tried to escape. I ran as fast as I could. But my legs only move so fast. They're half the size of a normal person's, and my head's too big. So I got exhausted. And they would find me, and they'd drag me back and put me on the throne and serve me coconut every day. Oh, I hate coconuts now. I couldn't eat them if I had to. You might as well kill me now. So one night, I'd had enough. I thought it's either time, to get the hell out of Dodge. So, I waited till nightfall. Waited till all the pygmies were asleep. And I had been collecting food in the knapsack, in preparations to escape. And they had made me a helmet out of a coconut. And so I put that helmet on just in case of their blow darts. If they hit me in the head, I'd have been down. But it started raining, and I was miserable, hot and humid. And all of a sudden, I heard this weird noise, and it was a mudslide, and Lord, I got caught in it, and I went right down the hill, and right off the side of the cliff, and I was back in the ocean. But I thought, swim for your freedom, baci, because you ain't eating coconuts anymore. So I did my best. I swam, and the current picked me up, and I ended up way down, in Florida. But when I got on the beach, it was like that movie Castaway, except I didn't have a, basketball that left me. I still had my coconut helmet on. And people thought I was one of those, weirdos. And they were like, nice coconut head. But see, what had happened is the hot weather and the coconut, it had shrank to my head, and it was like part of my skull, my hair, my ears, they're all mashed in. I look like some alien. And the first thing I did, I got rushed to the emergency room, and they tried to pry the coconut off my head, and oh, it hurt so bad. But they finally got it. A couple of, days later, they had to starve me because all the coconut milk made me swell up like a toad. And come to find out, that particular tribe were cannibals, and they were fattening me up on coconut milk. And I thought, my God, you just can't trust people in this day and age. And, so I was like, people are mean, okay? They're gonna eat you or kill you. I mean, it's a hard thing to imagine, but Grandma made me some cookies. They're so good. They are. When you think of a cookie, nothing beats my grandma's, okay? It makes me happy just to eat them. But then again, most food makes me happy. Except coconut. Let me wash it down, I'll be back to you. Right back to the story. So anyway, they finally got the coconut on my head. I had to get my hair did, okay? Because it was horrible. Coconut milk makes your hair fall out, okay? I looked like that big, nasty, scary guy from the Goonies or something. But, as you see, it came in nicely. So, well, I'll let you know, because tomorrow I'm going back to the beach, and I'll let you know what happens. I'm hoping I don't get caught in a riptide again. Because, I do not want to be eaten because I'd be gristly. These muscles that I'm like a little kid. I'm like a baby with a big head. I mean, if someone, if I had hurt myself, I couldn't have barely dragged myself up on the beach. Imagine me with a hurt leg and a broken arm trying to pull this big head up on the beach. I would have drowned. But I didn't. So thank you for just being there for me and let me talking to you about it. Talk to you soon.